time shot, it's time shot. I'm in the place where my friends are, and I know together we'll go far. Yeah, time shot, it's time shot, and I'm still doing things the time shot way.
Hello, people. It's Poet, and we're back on TimeShot, and I'm just exploring, as you can see, this little mine shaft that we were heading towards in the last episode. I'm probably gonna actually pop out of here for a second so that I can explain some ideas that I have for the donor halls and stuff, but by and large, I'm gonna ooh. A detector rail. That's nice to have. Thanks, random mine cart chest thing. Oops. Oh. Why did I do that? Okay, let's offload some of the stuff that I don't need, like the bones, like the rotten flesh, andesite. That. Let's throw half of that away. That and that. And a potato. There we go. Now it's to find my way back. I've also been collecting some iron while I'm going, just because, you know what, it's always good to do that kind of resource grab while you have the chance to do it. And I know that when I go caving, I tend to forget about that element of things. You know, the basic gathering. I should almost be gathering some. Probably should be gathering some coal as well, but I guess that's not as important because we do have a blaze farm, and if I really desperately needed resources, I could go there. Let's see, I think, yeah, this is the way out. This way. Now I hear a zombie or a something. I don't know what kind of zombie. Find a tree and punch it. Like, shut up. I don't need this. Does that stop it? No, of course not. Ugh. Whoa! That was almost a delayed. I thought that was gonna be the end of me right there. Okay, I need to get back. There's my exit. No. How did I get here? Good question to always ask yourself. How did I get here? I think this way, actually. There's a piece of iron I forgot. Alright. Yes, this is the way. Nothing this way, right? Yeah, doesn't look like it. Okay. I don't know if it expands that way and I just can't find the opening, but not going to really worry about that right now. So I've cleared out the mine shaft that appears under my base. And this is really under my base. Like, if I looked at the coordinates, it really is under my base. Actually, kind of more towards Torts, but it's still technically my base. So, anyway, this way, I think. Oh boy, I haven't seen an iron armored skeleton in a long time. Whoa, I've not run into one of those in a long time. I actually kind of wondered why, and maybe I think, is it possible? I don't even know if it's possible. Can you have, like, diamond armored? I don't think you can. I don't think you can have diamond armored creatures spawn in. But if that's the case, I've always wondered why not. You know? Let's get rid of that so I can collect this gold. If some burnt up, I wouldn't exactly cry about it. I've got enough resources to last me a while. That's an unexplored cave, and I'm not in the mood. Just want to get out of here. Here we go. If I can't find my way out, worst case scenario, I would pillar my way out. Because this is not looking... I must have taken a wrong turn. This is not looking right. Oh, great. And I hate that there's like... There will be torches everywhere. So someone's been here. It's probably been me. But every single cave starts to look the same, you know? this is going to be a dead end. Oh. Wait a minute. A spider spawner? Obviously a past me had put some cobble in there. Did I find this last episode? I don't remember. Okay. Alright. So then, sup, brah? Oh, here's a way out, I think. Yeah, this is looking more way outy. Yes. Up? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. No. 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 Wait. What? This is like further mine shaft. This is what I said. I bet it goes underneath my base. Now I think I'm like under MK's. Like the direction I just ran. This might be under MK's base. Oh my goodness. And I almost feel like, well, I'm here, so might as well. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know it wasn't me. That's for sure. And I know that because those spider spawners, I don't just light them up. I always, always, always destroy them. Unless I was going for some kind of a weird spawner thing. But, oh my god, it does continue. It does, it does, it does. You know what? Let's just dig up. Let's just go upwards. I don't know from where. Let's just do it from here, I guess. Hope that I'm not inside like one of those extreme hills, savanna mountains. Otherwise, I'll be going up for days. But let's just start our ascent. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a pain in the butt. So, today... Oh, I guess I should always put a torch under you. Because the sand, if there's sand... that torch will save your life. No, 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 no. Don't put a piece of rabbit underneath you. Oh, so yeah. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the Patreon changes. And I know that people are waiting for my rants. I've talked to a few people about it already. And they were like, oh, I can't wait to see you rant about this. And I'll catch you up to speed. I'll get you all up to speed. So, Patreon, let's start from the very beginning. Patreon is a service that I use and that a lot of creators use to fund what we do. And it's become increasingly more important to have something like Patreon because of the tactics that YouTube uses on top of everything else. You know, I've gone through many times, I think even in the last episode, about why YouTube doesn't cut it for revenue for most people anymore. And the reasons why I never pushed myself to get to like 1 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers, whatever I know that I could have been at had I pushed myself. And so I'm not going to get into that again and as to why we... I'm not going to get into it as to why I wanted to just be myself. But that said, yes, there are issues. There are issues that YouTube has. And as such, people... Really? Huh. Clouds. I forgot to turn the clouds off. There we go. Oh, man, I didn't realize I was right here. That's funny. And I kind of was digging up into an extreme hills then in that case. Okay. I thought I was way further that way, in that direction. So Patreon is a way that people can pledge every month, like a subscription. It is a subscription. And in turn, you get some rewards, and in turn, the content provider, me, gets a little bit of a payout to support what I do. And I got to tell you guys, and I'm sure that I've said it in the past, but Patreon definitely helped me through some tough times. It really, really, really did. There were months where I wasn't sure how I was going to feed myself, and because of a Patreon payment, I was able to survive. So I mean, it's really that important. When the YouTube revenue wasn't cutting it, you know? So yeah, it's an important thing that a lot of creators have started to turn to help themselves get to that monetary benefit that they deserve, that they really, in fact, need. Let's start putting the rails in there, I think. Where do I have rails elsewhere? Oh, you know what? I'm just going to grab them, throw them in that chest that we had on the other side. In the meantime, I'm going to throw in some of those, I'm going to throw in some of those, and I'm going to throw in some of those. There we go. Fuel, we've got fuel for days. All right. The other things, let's just throw out that and that. Save the diorite. Yeah, I think we're good otherwise. So I'm going to go throw these in the rail chest that I've got going by my rail station. So anyway, that's what Patreon is, in a nutshell, is just a way that creators can support what they do. And for me, I mean, one of the things, I know that I'm not doing Patreon the way that I should. I want to be able to put rewards on there that really greatly benefit people so that they feel like when they pledge to me, they're getting something from it. And in fact, when people leave, when people stop pledging to me, they keep it anonymous, you know, who leaves what message. But I still get to see the exit messages, like why someone stops pledging to me. And I gotta admit, some of the reasons that I've seen are I didn't get what I paid for, or I thought that there would be greater rewards, or something to that effect. And it didn't happen a lot. Most of the time it's, you know, I can't continue to support this because I just ran out of funds. And I get that. I don't question that. The one that kind of bothers me is that if I feel like I haven't provided something to the people who are pledging. There we go. Now I do have server access, but I really don't have a lot of time to jump onto that server. Win also has a modded patron server that we are on for pledging to me or subbing to me on Mixer. So I mean, there are things there, but the rewards aren't as great as I wish they could be. And that's something that I really want to work on into the future. I even have asked my current patrons, like, hey guys, what would you like to see? Like, what rewards would you guys like to see in the future? What would you like to get? And a lot of the things that I see are like, well, you know, let's hang out more, let's do stuff more. But that's not a tangible thing, and maybe that's not what people want. I don't know. I need suggestions for like tangible, what would you like to see? If you were to pledge to me, let's put a hypothetical situation out there. If you were to pledge to me $3 a month, right now the reward that I have set up is that you will get some custom art made by me. Well, I'm not an artist, and that was actually kind of put up there as a joke. Honestly, as a joke. You know, I've drawn some scribbly art for people and some really lame art with their avatars and stuff, but I'm not an artist. I don't necessarily even enjoy doing art, so to have that as a reward is kind of a ridiculous thing, and I'd like to remove that if at all possible. The second thing is that most people who pledge to get onto the server, that again I don't have a lot of time to access. So there's that. And then the other few people who pledge do it to get their NPC in my dinosaur world. And then the other rewards are largely not accessed because I feel like, and I think they feel like, there's just not really a good reward for pledging $15 a month. Like, $15 a month is a hefty amount. That's more than a Netflix subscription. So what are they getting for more than a Netflix subscription? Right now I have it a one-time thing, but I feel like it should be more than that. I should be giving more. And I would gladly give more. I just don't know really what a good item would be, or what a good service would be, or what a good thing would be. You know, do I if someone pledges $15 a month, do I buy them like a $20 shirt from my shirt shop and send it to them? Or, you know, like that, if they unsubscribe the next month, I'd lose money, you know, but I don't know how else to set that up, you know, in a weird way. You know, it's really tough for me to figure it out. What do we got here? Fortune. You know what? We need more food. Let's head to Spawn. See if anybody at Spawn has some food, because I am in dire need of some. Ouch, 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 ouch. So anyway, that's Patreon in a nutshell, and what I use it for, and what I wish I could use it for. Now, the reason I bring up Patreon is because there are some talks recently about how crappy Patreon is. And this is recent. Patreon has never really given creators... Will it knock off the sign if I shoot him? Okay, good. Patreon has never really given creators a good cut. You know, it's not YouTube bad, but it's still fairly bad. Well, let's actually check inside my Spawn house here and see if I have some food in there. Nope. 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 Well, that answers that. So the way that it works is that people pledge, let's say, again, let's use another hypothetical. Say you pledge $3 a month. Well, Patreon takes a big portion of that and removes fees, and then removes their cut. So they are entitled to a cut of the revenue because they provide the service, they provide the hosting, they provide the tools to manage it all, and that's kind of how they justify it, okay? So, and that, I get it. I totally get it. That makes sense. That's the same reason that, you know, YouTube networks, you know, the networks that manage accounts and stuff, that is partially why they are able to... Oh my goodness, there's no food anywhere in this whole... Aha! Aha! I'm going to take the cooked meat here. Any cooked in here? No. No, alright. That'll last me for the episode. Ladders and rails. Thanks, Pizzo. I'm going to take this now. Ladders I don't really need. Oh. Nothing much else I need from here. Ooh. Ah. I had to look, alright. So, where was I? They take a cut, and that makes sense. However, when you do the math, like, they are definitely a profitable business. They aren't just, you know, I wish there was a business out there who would just be comfortable taking the bare minimum. The minimum required to sustain themselves, to pay for things, to pay their bills, and then be done with it. Why do you need to make such a humongous profit? Because if you do the math and figure out how many people they have signed up to Patreon, and then how many people support them on Patreon, it's it's an amazing amount of people, and the amount of revenue they get every month is astronomical. Give me that. Oops. Give me that too. And that. Thanks, Ed Snow. Oh. Oh, boy. This is going to be great. I literally ran out of space in my inventory because this is so amazing. I could put this away if I really saw something that I needed, but I think we're good. These repeaters are actually fairly resource intense too. No, somebody took the diamonds already. Oh boy. Put some original recipe JFC in here. Lapis. Why do I have a bunch? Oh, for enchanting. Got it. All right. Anyway, I didn't actually intend to come here, but that saves me some time. So they take a cut, and it's a fairly large cut. And so I end up with about 50% of, like, there is an amount. When you go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/poetplays, you see an amount there. You see how much people are supporting me. You get about 50% of that, about half. Okay, so cut that number in half. That's what I get every month. And it's still not chump change for me. I'll admit that. It's still not chump change, but it's still 50% is gone from what people pledge to me every month. And if you add up all the other creators and take 50% from every single one of them, that is a humongous chunk of change that Patreon is getting for just, giving me a website blog to manage people with. So it would be nice to have a service that didn't do that. And maybe there are out there. I haven't looked into GameWisp as much as I probably should. I was in the beta of GameWisp when it first came out. The creators of GameWisp were going around pinging people at different conventions and stuff. Some of the early PAX conventions that friends of mine went to and stuff. They got GameWisp information, and I signed up for it back then. And so maybe that's something that I could look into. But here's the kicker that everybody's upset with Patreon right now about, is that they sent us an email. And the email states that they are going to help benefit creators by giving us what we have asked for, that our wildest dreams will come true, that kind of stuff. And of course, you always have to take it with a grain of salt. What are they really doing? And the first thing I noticed, this is the email. I wish maybe I can pull it. I don't know how in editing I'll do that, if I can. They sent me a graph, and it's like, this is the old system, this is the new system, and they showed two little bar graphs of how much money you make. But the one graph was longer than the other, so if you shortened it to be the same size, you ended up with basically no change at all. I know it's hard to explain. That's why I hope that I can show it in editing, what the system will be. But to explain it, if you made the two graphs the same size, that would mean that you get almost nothing back from it. So I crunched the numbers a little bit about how much they were actually going to benefit me. And in the end, it ended up being about 7%, I think. Between 7 and up to 15%, okay? Every month that I would be getting back. 17% would be pretty good. But let's say it was about between 7 and 15, let's say, I don't know, 10%. Let's just say 10%. Round number. That I would be getting back in exchange for this new system. And so they're basically saying, well, you get less fees now. You guys get less fees now. It is what it is. You guys get less fees. Activator. Ooh. These are activators. I got to recognize the difference here. Yeah. Activator rails, powered rails, normal rails. Okay. Great. I'll do like that. Perfect. Wow, that's actually a lot of rail. I can't believe it. That's not going to be enough to get to spawn, I don't think. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, not quite. But close, I think. Where am I out? Yeah, I'm like over 1,000 blocks from spawn. So, yeah, I'm only about halfway there with all of those rails that I've got in here. Only about halfway to spawn. But that's still a great portion. I have not crafted a single rail. And that's what I've got. So I'm pretty happy about that. This whole system here, I've got to figure out, like, I'm going to have to start digging downwards here. No, I'm going to want these to be, yeah. Because if this is in between, the rail's going to sit on this level here. Like on this level. This is where the rail's going to be on this level. Okay. To visualize it, I will actually place down a few rails here. Let's just go like that. Okay, so that's going to be the level that it's on. So the same level as this. Same level, same level, same level, same level, same level. So that actually means that this that I just dug up is that this is the level that the rail's going to be on. And then it's going to be the same as this. Oh my goodness, I've messed up here a bit. Okay. So then it goes down to there. That's where it's going to be. And then down to there. That's where it's going to be. Down to. Down to. Down to. Wait. Down to, down to. Down to. Down again. Okay, I want to be at least 10 blocks underneath the sand level. In fact, I should go to this river right here and see what the bottom Y is so that I don't strike it. Let's get underneath it. So the bottom Y of this river is 56 all the way across. It doesn't get lower than that. I'm not going to veer off that way, but let's just assume that the lake over there is also then 56-ish. Means I'd want to get to about 46 to be comfortable. What's the height of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blocks tall. So if I go 10 under, yeah, we'll have enough. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 10 right here. 10 levels underneath. What's my... Oh, 53. Okay, yeah, I have to be 10 levels underneath 56. So, starting here. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Sorry I have to do this. 4, 5. Oops. This is 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10 right here. Boom. We're at 46. So that's as low as the rail is going to go. And then from here, it can just go straight shot all the way, basically, all the way to spawn, which is going to be crazy, crazy, crazy travel. But, oh, here we go. Here we go. Caves and stuff. Don't know how I'm going to deal with things like this. Do I explore them? What? I don't know. In fact, I could probably figure out the X and Y. The X is 256. I could go to spawn and go to 256 and figure out where the endpoint's going to be. So, okay. and this will be the final comment of the video in what Patreon is doing. Patreon is right now saying that they're benefiting creators, like I was saying. They want to give us more of the fee. More of the fee is going to the creators. But the way that they did this, the way that they are now able to pay us out more, is that they've kind of screwed the people who pledge to you. So if someone pledges $3, they now have to pay the fee that would normally get taken out. So you remember how it would be 50%, so they'd give me $1.50. Well, now they're actually paying for that, for a portion of that. So maybe they're only paying, maybe I'm getting like $1.60 back or $1.70 back, but that comes from the person who pledges. They pay more. You have to pay more. Your $3 pays for more of the fee that would normally get taken out of my side of the thing, of the pocket, you know? So that's kind of crummy. What they should have done to do that kind of a system is like what most donation sites do. So if you donate to me on like StreamTip or StreamJar or one of those live streaming donation pages, they actually ask you. And even PayPal themselves, if you go to PayPal Direct and try to donate to me, they actually have an option there, and it says, do you want to pay the fee? Yes or no? And if no, then your pledge won't be a total of $3. It'll only be $2 something, but the fee is paid. Or the fee isn't paid by you. It's paid by the creator. So, I don't know how the numbers work. I'm messing those up. But what I'm trying to say is that it kind of sucks that they don't give people the option to pay that fee or not. They're just taking it now from the people who pledge to us. Rather than us pay the fee, they pay the fee. And the way that they word it is really trying to benefit creators. You know, they're saying, this is a benefit to you guys. This is a benefit. This is great. Well, it really isn't. It's really bad. Because I don't want you guys paying more of that fee. There shouldn't be a fee, is what my rant was about. They were not really truthful with... My goodness, it goes all the way to here, huh? 256. So I haven't hit it yet. I didn't realize my base was so far beyond spawn area. I'd be at Penny's house by the time I know it. 256 is right here. So I'm going to have to spin it this way. Underneath Addie's house. Or maybe, you know what? See the coordinate. Let's go all the way to the other. I have ender pearls. Let's use them because we're taking some time here to walk. Let's see where the railway track is on this side. So anyway, that's kind of the unsavory thing that Patreon is doing right now. They worded it in such a sugary, sweet way to make the creators think that they were getting something good. And maybe, you know what? Some creators would be happy with that. Yeah, you know what? Why should I pay the fee? Let's make our people who donate to us pay the fee. Maybe some would be like that. I'm definitely not. I'm not one to really care about $15 here and there, if that's what it ends up being every month extra for me. It ends up being between like $7 and $15. Never mind the percent. Let's say that that's what it ends up being. Either way, that's not very good, you know. Let's go down to here. Where does this end up? So you could end up here easily enough. It'd be minus 151. Minus 151 to 256. And then swing back around this way. Come to here. Go back up. That would work. That would totally work. Yeah. That would totally work. I like that. Let's link up with this. The other option is to link up with the rail that goes towards the mine shaft, but that doesn't get me close enough to spawn. I do want to tie in with this one. You know, and whether this is going to change, it's hard to say. Someone would have to volunteer their time to beef up this railway system and make it look pretty. Because this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good at all. It looks like someone just dug a hole and put some rail down, which is all that it is. They need to dress this up, but it's something that I guess someone will have to work on. And then make like an actual rail system hub right here. And then, of course, we've got my little pathway here that we made. It looks pretty good with the building. Very nice. I'm liking how this all looks. Anyway, this all said about Patreon, I still love your support. Everybody who's currently pledging on Patreon, if you're watching, I love you to pieces. You make the world of difference to me every single month. Every single month, it's a world of difference. You know, and it's the ability to buy my kids Christmas presents this year is 100% funded by Patreon right now, because otherwise I don't know how we'd be able to swing it with the way that our bills are and stuff. It's kind of a blessing in disguise, this little Patreon, to have. You know, you're thinking to yourself, oh man, I don't know how I'm going to be able to buy the kids presents. Money's really tight. And then all of a sudden you get the email saying, oh, your Patreon payment came in. And it's like, oh, this is so amazing that I have this kind of support from people. And so it not only supports what I do, being able to do YouTube videos and things like that, to be able to justify them, but it also enables me to do things in life that I otherwise would not be able to do, and that is super important to me, especially when it comes to the kids. So, you know, I can't thank people enough for giving a bit of their income, their hard-earned income every month, even if it's $1, $3, you know, whatever it is. $5, some $8, $10. There are even people who do the $15 every month. So, I mean, thank you. That's I can't say anything really different, but thank you. It's the perfect word, really. Perfect words. So what happens now with Patreon? If I'm not happy with it, what do I do? Do I go to something like GameWisp? See, the problem is, if I want to say to people, hey, look, let's switch over to GameWisp. It's here. Please switch there. Maybe it gives me a better payment. I don't know. I'm hypothetical again because I don't know if GameWisp is better. But let's just say we found a system and it's better. Do I ask people to switch to that? If so, how many would? Would there still be people on the Patreon? Would the GameWisp system or whatever other system be any better? Would it be worse? Would I not be able to provide the rewards that I currently am? Would I be expected to provide rewards that I can't provide? Would people just not pledge? See, that's the other. I'm not entitled. I don't feel entitled to getting anything from you guys. If it turned into $0 tomorrow, you know, that's just the reality of things. But if I switch up to another system, how many people would genuinely pledge to me? How many people would stop pledging? Because they, you know, oh yeah, I don't really use this anymore. Rather than switch to a new system, I'm just not going to. That's a genuine concern that I have too. So I got to think about that. There are a lot of things to consider. I know that people like Edson, who we rated for Rails earlier in this episode, he tweeted about it. He actually said, like, you know, I'm gonna ask people, please switch over to my Twitch subscriptions. And I have the same thing. You guys can subscribe to me on Mixer, and you will still get access to the server and stuff. And it does still go out every month, pledge, and that's another option. Of course, I still only get about, well, I don't know that I can tell you the revenue that I get from that, but it's not any better than Patreon. Whoops. Said it. And I don't even know how long I will still be a partner on Mixer, considering I never really have time to stream there anymore. And they want you to stream like 3 times a week. Well, forget it. I don't know how I can stream once a week, never mind 3 times a week. So maybe that's not a good idea to tell people to switch there. All things that I'm currently debating and considering and wrestling with in my brain, because I just don't know how else to get this all sorted out. Now, the biggest thing, and I know this episode's now running on very long, the biggest thing is that I still, and you know what? I might just go off camera. I got some time today, a little bit of time. I may just go off camera, gather all the names from Patreon, and start trying to plug them into the patron donor hall. Or maybe we should just call this the sub donor hall? I don't know what you'd call this otherwise. That building right there. It's not going to be Patreons, I don't think, for very much longer. If they're doing business tactics like this, I don't know. Now, this hall, too, I still have to go in and throw in name tags. A lot of work goes into doing that, because I have to get my spreadsheets out. I have to go and manually type every single name, the donation amount, so on and so forth. Go all the way around and do that. Patreon gets even harder because they don't have a good tracking system. And see, this is the thing. I pay a fee every month for their tools and stuff. They still don't even have a really good way to track who donated what to you and when. They still don't have that. Like, it seems pretty basic. They don't have that. I have to go through pages and pages and pages and pages to figure out who donated what and when. And it's ridiculous. So that's going to be really hard to go through. Unfortunately, Mixer, even worse. Even worse for keeping track. Because I know that I had people pledge to me on Mixer. I have no clue who they were. I know that sounds horrible. But there's no record. No record. Not even a name. At least on Patreon, you can get the names of the people and go there and put the names down of who pledged. At the bare minimum. You know, I can do that. But for Mixer, there is no record. If you pledged and you stopped pledging, you might as well just be, you didn't exist. It sounds horrible. It's the unfortunate truth. Uh-oh. Where did this one go? I'm going to be in the ocean. Yeah. Shut up, cow. There we go. Yeah, it's like they don't even exist. There's no record of who pledged what. And unfortunately, I didn't write it down because I thought there would be a record. No, there's not. So, uh-oh. I'm not 100% sure on how I'm going to sort all that out. That's just going to be real pain. The only thing that I can think of is for several of them, I do have them in my Discord still, and from there I can throw their names in at least from the Discord. But there are several others who just didn't join the Discord, who didn't want anything in return, and maybe that's fine. They don't want anything in return. They don't get a name in here either, but oh, this room is going to be tough to sort out. And then I got to figure out still how I'm going to do the levels, the floors. I'm thinking first floor, second floor, and then just keep going up by 4. So 1, 2, 3, third floor, 4th, 5th, 6th. There'll be like 6 floors. And then maybe a stairwell Or maybe just use ladders in the back. Something simple. I think ladders might be the best. I thought about stairways, like a stairway that goes up. Unfortunately, there's not really a decent way of doing that. So I think that what I'm going to end up doing is, yeah, just a ladder at the back or something. Maybe a spiral stairway up to this level here, and then a pathway across, and then ladders up this front. I don't know. I don't want ladders on that glass. I don't want ladders along the glass here. So I'll figure it out, but it's going to be a lot of trial and error. I almost need to download this map in creative and then build it in creative and see like, okay, this looks good, and then flip back like Fabe and Penny and everybody else basically. I think Edson too. All of them do. Build in creative, flip over to survival, and then build it again. Might be the best way. Anyway, that was a long rant. I'm going to be releasing news on what's going to happen soon. I have to look at what the pros and cons to GameWisp are, or whatever other service, but I think that's going to be the one that I'm looking at the most. There might be other tip jar systems. I know that like YouTube does have a built-in one as well, but I'm not going to use that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And I'll let you guys know. Probably in tweet form, probably on here in TimeShot episode form as well, what system we're going to be switching to. Of course, all my Patreon supporters, they're going to know in different ways because I can talk to them on Discord. I can talk to them via patreon.com. So I'm going to be working on that. And then, of course, the rewards too. And hey, even if you don't pledge, even if you don't give anything any month, and you've got an idea of what you would like to see as a reward for pledging a certain amount, let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate that so much because I have no clue. I have no clue what would be a good reward system. So let me know. And maybe you guys have a great idea. I don't know. Anyway, with that, thank you guys for watching. Like this video, comment below, do all those other awesome things that people do. And we'll see you next time on TimeShot. Bye-bye.